Alright, morning friends. Brian here from the Katana Tone Lab and Guitars and Cigars. Hopefully everybody's having a marvelous day. It's early in the morning on Wednesday, the 12th of August. I got my bucket of coffee here, so we're on our way to a good start. I got a lot of stuff going here today. Cleaning lady's coming today, and I've got a construction crew that's coming to put the new window in and our new door in our garage, and I'm having the house painted. So lots going on. So I wanted to get this done this morning, as yesterday my computer decided to go kaput. I did a BIOS update, and I'm not sure exactly what happened, but I had to rebuild part of my OS. And I know I'm speaking nerd to some of you. I apologize. All right, so this week we made a new patch called the Dookie Dream. And it's kind of derived off of our new patch that we also made up a couple weeks ago, called the High Test. So the High Test is kind of a scooped, a little bit into the 80s type of theme without any effects. So as you can see, I have no mod, no FX, no delay, a little bit of reverb. We got some boost, treble. It's at 65. Mid is at, shut that off, 75. Bass is at 70. Volume 70, gain 60. We are on the brown, and I'm using a tube screamer. Got the resonance cranked. Presence is at 82. Global EQ is green. My contour is yellow or orange, I think it's technically. A little bit blind. And then I'm on the red variation. So, like I said, what we did is we took that, modified it a little bit, and then I added in a thing called the Slicer. Now, what this patch is kind of themed after is Green Day. I was listening to Boulevard of Broken Dreams, specifically, and I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that song. It's a cool song. And then I was thinking to myself, when I learned it, when it first came out, the amp I had tremolo. So I wanted to try it with tremolo. So I switched over to this. Pump up the mod here. A little bit, not a lot. Speed it up. But now we can go over to the mod and we can make some changes to the tremolo. Wave shape. You get a little bit of that. Change the wave shape, it brings it down, so you get less. Rate obviously is just going to change how fast it goes. You get it as it rings out, but you don't really get a lot of it in the, oh, that little bit better, you get a little bit more. Slow down the rate a little bit. Crank it up a little more. Close. And what we're doing here, as I've talked about before, is you can go in and change the parameters on any of these pedal effects that are in here, and there are tons. And you can make different variants of all of them. Some are limited. We've talked about the phase 90. Literally, you get 2 settings, off and on, and you can change the rate. That's it. And then you've got other ones that you can really go in. You can, like your parametric EQ, you can set everything. Some of the phalangers and the other phaser, not the phase 90, but the regular phaser, it's got all kinds of parameters you can change. So I was thinking to myself that this is close. But not quite what we needed to be at. So I was thinking to myself, what else is in here? And then we got the slicer. Much more of that depth sweep that you get from certainly the song. This is what I envisioned they were using when they made it. I haven't read about it. I haven't looked it up. I'm just trying to kind of recreate what it is. So we can go into the mod. Slicer gives us some options. We can obviously increase the rate. Too fast. Trigger sensor I think it just pushes out how the slice kicks in. Keep that at 50. The effect level is at 50, obviously. You can add it in a lot heavier. That back to 50, stock parameter. Direct mix. It's kind of like what the tremolo does. You get the immediate note, then you get the effect at the end. So that's almost like tremolo. That up. Personally, I like it there. Pick it up just a tad. Liking that. The pattern is where it really gets funky and groovy. The pattern will, how it's change the pattern. Change it again. Now, one of the things you can do is you can change your strumming pattern to go with the beat. change it again. Change it again. Almost like jingle bells in my head. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Maybe I'm just warped and demented. Change the pattern again. Pattern 8. So that when you get the note fading, note fading, note fading. So that one's pretty cool. So this is like a repeat echo type of. See, if you change the pattern of your strumming with the beat of the slicer, you can change the overall value and how it sounds. That's max, that's 20. I'll crank up the direct mix a little bit here. So you're getting it at the end. It's almost like a digital delay. Adding it at the end. Keep that at 0. Let's change the pattern. lots of stuff you can do with it. Lots of stuff you can do with this effect. But like I was saying, I think when they made the Green Day album, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, I think they were using a slicer versus the tremolo. Then of course you can go up and you can make all the changes you want to up here to accommodate. Tighter, a little more loose and vintage sounding right now. Then we'll go up, we'll add in, that's some compressor. That's amazing. It's very funky, heavy octave. What's a regular octave? Let's find that. Parametric EQ. Not making a big difference. I think that does. Add a little bit of compressor. Now we'll add in some digital delay. So the slicer gives you that really heavy swell that a tremolo will do, but it's 10 times as strong. So that's the big difference between the tremolo and the slicer. A lot of guys who use tremolo were chicken pickers and, you know, people from the 50s. That was huge effect that a lot of Fender amps, Voxes actually had some tremolo. Gibson had made a run of amps that had tremolo in it. Obviously, spring reverb. If you've never played on an amp with a true spring reverb, it's really cool. Totally different sound, and even you can reproduce digitally, which is pretty good. Still a completely different sound. So that's it. That's the Katana Classroom for today. We learned a little bit about the tremolo and the slicer. While they're the same, as you can see, they're very different. So this is what we got for our Dookie Dream. What the hell happened here? Oh, I turned it all the way down. So I guess I'm not having enough coffee. This is what we got. So that's the Dookie Dream. Because we're all living the dream, right? This is the high test that I kind of took it from. As you can hear, very dry. A little bit of reverb. That's all I did with this one. then we did the Boris Karloff last week. We got our 80s assault. Trusty old dark 80s. Alright, so that's the Dookie Dream. Because we're all living the Dookie Dream. Alright, so Brian here from Guitars and Cigars in the Katana Tone Lab. This has been another edition of our Katana Classroom. Apparently, I still haven't had enough coffee. There's some mornings when you wake up, you feel like you need to mainline it rather than drinking it, get the effect quicker. But I stopped doing that years ago. So we took a patch that I had already built, added in some slicer, tried it with tremolo. Definitely better with the slicer. We went through all of the different settings you can do with your slicer to come up with different patterns, different mixes. And, now that you have a little bit of an idea what it does, experiment yourself. Take it, go somewhere with it that I didn't, come up with a cool patch. I got everything turned down again. Take it, play with it, make your own version of it. Kick it back to the group. I mean, sharing is really what this whole thing is about. So, all right. So we appreciate you checking out all our stuff. We are on Facebook. We're on YouTube. We're on Instagram. We're on X. If you like what we're doing here, think I'm kind of goofy, the information you get, you're finding somewhat useful, I'm hoping, then by all means find us and like and comment on your favorite flavor of social. If you really like what we're doing, you think we're really doing something that you're really getting some information about and it's helping you out, even if it's not specifically with this patch, it's with other patches or other effects. Now that you're seeing how you work your way around the Tone Studio and what you can do, maybe that's helping you. Fantastic. But if you're finding that information useful, find us on YouTube. We're the Guitars and Cigars, and we're Katana Tone Lab. And if you could subscribe to one or both, that would certainly help. Real quick, as usual, I'm using my Chill Cat vintage Les Paul style guitar, which is in their Unicorn series. And this is the Kentucky Sunset. Absolutely awesome guitar. For a guitar that is fiscally minded, it plays way above its price point, let me tell you. And the other thing we're now using here are cables. I'm not using wireless anymore. And this is one of Kyle from Happy Cables, one of the cables that he sent over for us to give it a try, and it's fantastic. The quality is awesome. There's no artifact when you're wiggling around. Where it connects up to the plug is sturdy as hell. This isn't going to break off and flop like you get with a lot of cheaper, it's the only way to put those, cables. Makes a huge difference. I was never a person who thought it did. I've been proven wrong, that's for sure. All right, so that's the Katana Classroom for this week. We appreciate you checking us out. And smoke long, play loud, live well. Check out the Katana Tone Lab for more.